which instead of contributing positively to the planet, as it could, and we know because we have the evidence, we've done the work, we actually contribute very negatively. And what happened is that down at the bottom we have what we call the ecosystem services. So nature gave us everything we need to actually get the job done of producing crops, which we then can feed to animals, eat ourselves on top. So we are the top of the food chain. You know what nature gave us doesn't give any money, right? Doesn't make it to nobody money. So we decided to get rid of all that stuff and do it artificially and sell it to the farmers and to the consumers. So we got rid of all these ecosystem services like pollination, natural pest control, nutrient cycling in the ground, water recycling also. And there's nobody out there to look at the environment. You can't just leave it to the machines. Robots are useful for many things, but not, I think, in agriculture, where somebody has to go and watch. But you know, I think we have to be sensible about these things and also reasonable. So this is what actually we did, and this is an agriculture which not only puts us upside down there because it's not very healthy, right? But it's very costly. Costly to the environment, it's economically very costly. And so I like to sort of know the solution. So actually, you know, there's been calls lately in the last 6 months, you know, how we need to act now if we want actually to be able to make those changes. We're running out of time, and the latest one we heard actually is on the melting of the ice in the Arctic, right? You heard it. What rate? 4 times more than 20 years ago. To grow better crops, maize, sorghum, could be rice, could be anything, in this push-pull system, which takes care of itself. And that's the important part, is that in that system, the plants will actually fix their own fertilizer from the air. You don't have to add it by hand. They will take care of the insect problem, because the plants can react positively or negatively depending on which bugs comes to insects. And you all have heard about the fall armyworm, which is devastating crops throughout Africa. That system here actually takes care of that one too. So just to say that if we work with nature, we have our solutions already too. So that's what we need to do. And here you see how much carbon we put in the ground, because the carbon up there is the problem with climate change. So an agriculture, who actually undermines the way we grow our food, cannot serve, it's not sustainable. So just to say, these are some of the big issues I think we need to tackle, and we can, because we have those solutions. We'll show you, where you invest your money and what happens in the other goals. And there are goals where if you put more money into, not going to do anything, just wasting money. And that will be shown also, again, with these columns here, when you can see that if you pass 100%, it means that you're wasting money. When actually you have many which are even below, so you want actually to pull them up. And so the tool allows you to do that. And on the implementation, so again, there's a core model. The model, so we developed the model for a country. They're all specifically designed for each country. They're not like one model for everybody. All the common pieces in there. Model is reviewed with the people, like a group here. That's maybe the government of Côte d'Ivoire, people from different ministries. So here is the modeler. It will go over every detail of that model. Is this correct for Côte d'Ivoire too? Do you have any better data than the one we have been using, etc.? At the same time, we develop local capacity, because we want people to do it themselves. We're not there to do the work for them. And then once we have people trained locally, in-depth customization, to really go over and then go over and over to make sure the model is solid. Eventually it has to be institutionalized. I mean that it has to find a home somewhere in the government or about a stakeholder. Or it could be wherever there's a group of interested people. But right now, almost every government has set up an SDG office somewhere, which brings together these parts of the government, and that's where the people are responsible to discuss with others in the government to achieve those SDGs. So basically what you identify policy with the tool, consult the stakeholders, so then you have these gatherings. Once you have sort of a set of policies you think are good, you present them to your academia, private sector, and then get their input and modify as needed to make sure that everybody's on board and will invest their time and money towards that and not something else. And so this is sort of how it works, like a spiral. You come up with an idea, you test it, You go back to the lab and refine it, or to the ministries, come back again. So make it better and better as you move on until you actually reach those goals. Thank you very much.